Hey, what's up, y'all? Charlie Sharice here. I'm making dinner. It's a pretty late dinner, but I got home from church. I thought I had to work, and I didn't have to work today, so that's good. I got home from church and I took a nap, and then I woke up kind of late from my nap, and I had a taste for some cabbage. So I'm making cabbage for dinner, cabbage and fish. I'm gonna bake some fish. I already seasoned my fish up. Um, this is not gonna be a cooking lesson, but I'm just gonna come. I'm talking to y'all while I cook. But just got me a couple pieces of tilapia. If y'all want to know the secret to my flavor on my fish, of course I put salt and pepper and garlic, but these are the two things that I really like on my fish. This one is by Chef Paul Perdone Seasonings. It's a tarragon and sweet basil seasoning that I really like on my fish, and you don't need a lot because tarragon is a very strong flavor, and lemon pepper. Okay, so if you ever do your fish and you never tried that, try those two things. I really love it on my fish. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pop my fish in the oven, and I already have I have a baked potato already in there. So, and my oven's on 375. So, and my brown rice is done. I already did my brown rice. It's finished. And it's just sitting back there steaming. And I'm gonna do my cabbage while I talk to y'all. But today was a really good day. I thought I had to work, so I was so happy that I didn't work. Oh, y'all, I forgot to put my oil on the fish. Hold on. This is a coconut oil and olive oil mix. I usually put just like a little bit of oil on top so it can get, good and crispy and brown on the edges. And just swipe it around a little bit. Okay, now it's ready to go in. I'm glad I remembered that. I looked up and saw the bottle like, oh no. But I felt like some cabbage and rice. So that's what I'm making right now in this pan. But I like to season in the pan right now is onions and garlic and bell pepper, red onion and white onion. So just the basis of seasoning in here, of veggies in here, of flavor, really. That's how I build my flavor. I put all my good onions and garlic in first and let it cook for a second. Then I season. Before I ever even put my cabbage in. And I got a quick little secret about that cabbage, y'all. If you don't be feeling like cutting cabbage. Alright. So I'm seasoning my cabbage basically the same way I season my fish. Salt, pepper, a little garlic. This has fresh garlic in it too, but I still add a little bit of granulated garlic for extra garlic flavor. I love red pepper flakes in my cabbage. I did put a little red pepper flake on my fish too. But so we talking self-love, y'all. A part of self-love is, taking the time to prepare a meal for yourself, a healthy one. And then also I like to put lemon pepper on my cabbage too. So get all of that good seasoning down in there on top of your onions and garlic before you ever add the cabbage. That's how I make my stuff taste perfectly amazing. Okay, so get that in there. But so one of the reasons why I want to come to y'all while I was preparing my meal is because you want to take that time, love yourself enough to prepare a good healthy meal for yourself instead of stopping to a fast food place and picking it up, because fast food is obviously more convenient, but you know what I'm saying, take your time out to invest in your health and prepare a healthy meal for yourself, something super quick. And so for those of y'all who, one, don't know how to cut cabbage, or two, don't always be feeling like it, that's me. I don't know if you knew, but you can just get you a bag of coleslaw. Okay? And I don't know if this one comes with, this one doesn't come with the package in there with the coleslaw dressing. It's just coleslaw. And all it is green cabbage, carrots, and red cabbage. And it's already cut up very small. and you don't have to do no work. Just open the bag and pour it in. All right, so I wanted cabbage today, but I didn't feel like getting a whole head of cabbage and cutting it. I wanted something quick because it's already late night for me. So, okay, so boom. And you just take that coleslaw, that bag of coleslaw, and you just pour it in. It's cabbage, y'all. It's raw cabbage. But guess how you turn raw cabbage into cooked cabbage? You cook it. But anyway, so see, it's super easy. Like, I just want to show y'all that because it's really easy to eat healthy, y'all. You don't have to, it's super easy. It's not a thing where you always have to, cook everything from start to finish from scratch. There's easy ways to eat healthy. Grab a bag of salad. Like when I was at the store today, I grabbed this. This is actually one of my favorite salads to get, but it's a salad kit. You can just take it with you, and it has everything you need. All right, this flavor is my favorite flavor, is chipotle cheddar. But stuff like that, just grab a little bag salad or something like that. Get a few of them while you're at the store, so then it's convenient for you to just grab it from home. You know what I'm saying? And throw it together for your lunch. But taking that extra time out to prepare your meals, prepare your snacks, and to, invest that time into your healthy lifestyle. For sure, that is showing yourself some self-love. So I'm just gonna mix that cabbage right up in there, and the only thing I'm gonna do is put the top on this. I'm not gonna sit here and stir this. I'm gonna let it steam right out. Notice I did not add any water. I just put that cabbage right in because the cabbage is going to give off its own water, its own moisture. And I don't like a lot of water in my cabbage. So the amount of moisture that it gives off by itself is all I need. Alright. So you let that steam. And then you taste it for seasoning. Make sure it tastes the way you want it to. If not, you can add a little more salt, a little more garlic, or whatever you feel like you're missing. And voila. Cabbage and rice. I got brown rice already done back there. Where's my lid? Let me find my lid. Boom. There you have it. And then turn my fire down to medium. But anyway, so like I was saying, y'all, one thing that I wanted to kind of just bring to, y'all see my hair? This is my hair after, what's crazy is my hair is still wet in the middle. I don't do heat. I don't use heat on my hair at all. So my hair is actually still wet in the middle. So I'll do a separate video maybe tomorrow or in the next couple of days where I'm going to retighten it and retwist it. But yeah, I like the results that came from my hair is very moisturized. Like I can squeeze a lock and I feel moisture on my hands, but it's good moisture. It's not like that greasy moisture. It's like good, healthy moisture in my hair. But I wanted to discuss today basically self-care as far as just the way that you speak to yourself and the way that you think about yourself. Because you know how they say you are what you eat? Well, you are what you think of yourself, and you are how you speak to yourself, and so if you're constantly, walking around, oh man, I'm so stupid, oh man, why I didn't do this, or whatever, and just speaking to yourself in such a way that is just demeaning, it's not cool, y'all. And I have to be honest, I used to do that to myself. I had to turn on my fan. It's a little hot in here. But and so I just want to come to you guys today and just remind you guys to speak to yourself with love and with care. Speak to yourself how you want other people to speak to you, with good words, kind words. See, the power of life and death is in the tongue, and if you want to live, and if you want to live your best life and live up to your best potential, your best self-love potential, and your best um, business potential, and your best entrepreneurial potential. You have to speak good things to yourself, and you have to talk to yourself. That voice in your head um, needs to be a positive one. You need to be saying to yourself all the time, I'm capable, I'm enough, I can do this, um, I deserve to be here, um, and those type of things. Because bottom line is, you are. And bottom line is, if you weren't, the opportunity wouldn't have presented itself. And sometimes we feel like we're not enough, and we feel like we don't deserve certain opportunities that we get, but it's not true. Sorry, y'all, I'm turning my fire, I'm adjusting my heat on my pan. But and so that's something that I'm noticing that is a big roadblock for a lot of us. Just the way we speak to ourselves. And it also, that inner voice and how we treat ourselves, it kind of shows up in the way we allow other people to treat us, and how we allow other people to um how we allow other people to go about um dealing with us, and interacting with us, because you have to put out a certain type of vibe, or you have to lead with a certain type of attitude, and the way you treat yourself with self-love. So then people pick up on that, and even a disrespectful person who disrespects themselves and others will respect you because you respect yourself. It'll give you confidence enough to teach someone how to treat you. If someone outside of yourself is treating you a certain way, it has nothing to do with you. And then you just have to project that self-love out into the world by the way you treat yourself and by the way you speak to yourself. And then you compare that to how others treat you and how others speak to you. Okay, now if it seems like a lot of people around you are treating you disrespectfully, take a look at yourself. Are you disrespecting yourself in your relationship with these people, in your interaction with these people? Are you degrading yourself? Are you laughing at those fat jokes with them? Are you not sticking up for women when you hear men call them all types of bees, and all types of, derogatory, words? Are you laughing and joking around? Like, okay, so once I was at work, and a male coworker, he was having, like, I guess, an issue with whoever like the woman that he was in a relationship with, and he asked a general question. Now, my first I guess my first answer to this question, or the answer that first came to me, was actually, I had to rethink that after a while of teaching myself about self-love. But he asked something along the lines of, okay, if I'm paying all the bills and I'm taking care of her, should she be going out to the club and, you know, getting wasted or whatever? Now I as far as getting wasted, or going out to the clubs really often, I'm not gonna say like that's a good thing, but I'm not also gonna say that it's not okay to go out and enjoy yourself and have a good time every now and then. So my initial answer to his question was, nah, she should probably, and I guess also that's my southern upbringing too. That, I guess she should, I don't know, be cleaning up, or doing, putting in some effort, I guess, in the housing situation, because they were also living together, something along those lines. He basically was saying, if I'm paying all the bills and I'm not requiring that she gives me any money for any of our financial needs, I don't see why she thinks it's okay to just go out all the time and spend money. And I'm sure, just knowing him, because I didn't know her, but just, working with him and seeing kind of his personality, I'm sure he was embellishing that story a little bit. But my initial response was, yeah, I guess that's fine. But then I think about it, like, I couldn't actually see the controlling component of what he was saying. Like, At the moment when he asked me, I did feel like it was a little controlling, but at the same time, I wasn't the person I am now. And now I see, I look back on that conversation and I see how he was attempting to be controlling in that situation, because if that is how she was when he met her, and if they met her and if they met in a situation where they were partying a lot, or they were, she likes to have a good time, she likes to go out, and which he led on, that is how they met. And he also led on that she's a good career woman, like she's smart, she makes money, you know what I'm saying, it's not like she's like lazy and laying around. He led on that she's smart, he has a good job or whatever like that. So I started to think again about that, and I don't even know why that conversation popped up again to me in my head, but I was like, wait, no, like that's pretty controlling, and in a lot of ways that's disrespectful to who she is and how she decides to live her life. Because again, I don't know her, but just judging from his character and working with him for several years, I could see how he may have embellished that or whatever, or he could have been insecure in a lot of ways as well. And so I answered that yes, but now that I think about it, I take my yes back. And it's okay to live your life and be your full person of who you are. Enjoy your life, enjoy your leisure time, and no one should be judging you about it, especially not the person that you're in a relationship with romantically, or any of your relationships for that matter. Now, if it's an issue like an emotional thing, or you're drinking because of this or that, then obviously you should get help and look deeper into those things. But just on the surface, no one has the right to treat you a certain way or control you a certain way because of who you actually are. And when you love yourself and when you focus on who you are and you project that out into the world, and you project the fact that you love just the way you are, and all of your whole personality and all your perfections and all your imperfections and all your flaws as well. And for a long time, I did that, but I did it from the wrong intention, you know. But now I realize I can do it. I can project that out. I can project out that self love without it being, uh, you know, attention seeking. You understand? Or coming from insecurities. Now that I'm loving myself, and now that I'm focusing on who I actually am, I've accepted who I am, and I can project that out into the world because I'm talking to myself with love, and I'm requiring that people only speak to me out of respect and love. And if they don't, there is a way, a tactful way of letting them know that they're not dealing with you the way that you require for them to deal with you. Now, anyone who, you know, won't receive that, after being told a couple times or shown a couple times how to go about treating you, then you have every right to exit yourself out of the situation. You have that power, you have that right. And eventually they broke up. After a while of working with him, eventually they broke up. I guess at the point when he was asking the general question to the women at work, I'm sure they were having their issues, but eventually they broke up. And I'm just like, okay, well, again, I don't know the full situation, but if that is who she decided to be and how she decided to live her life, no one, especially not someone that you're in a romantic relationship, has the right to say you can't do this or that, so she got up out of there, and I just think about that situation, and I just use it in my mind as an example of how we have to be willing to let people go, and let situations go, and let situationships and relationships go, if we feel as though we are not allowed to be our true selves, even in, having fun and being leisurely and enjoying and relaxing. Like I do remember I was in a relationship. It was romantic, dating. It was in a dating situation where I was made to feel like, wow, I can't have fun. I can't, hang out. I can't be my regular normal self, which is kind of loud and kind of, you know, rambunctious, but I accept that about myself. That's who I am. And anyone who I am supposed to spend time with and be in a relationship with or spend the rest of my life with in a marriage, um, is going to accept that about me and not change it, not try to change it. And they'll probably add to that, and they will, naturally level that out as opposed to trying to force it out of me or control it out of me. So there's a big difference. So I said all that to say, when you start to focus on your self-love and on your self-worth, and you start to speak to yourself with those loving words and those life-giving words, you see who you are, and then you get that courage, that strength, and that confidence to be able to lead people in the way that they treat you. You have to lead people in the way that they deal with you, and you have to find a tactful way, i.e. a polite way to, redirect them if they begin to get off course with that, because that also is self-love. You know what I'm saying? Teaching people how to love you, because as you learn how to love yourself, and as you focus on your value and on your worth, you get to see your value and your worth. You wouldn't let someone just take a steak and just throw it out, or like a beautiful ribeye steak that's cooked to a perfect medium rare. You would probably look at them like, why are you just taking one bite of that and throwing that away? Like, you wouldn't allow someone to take a expensive piece of jewelry and just, treat it as if it's costume jewelry from Claire's. And so you have to think of yourself the same way. You have to realize that your worth, and how you realize your worth is from your creator. Because you don't know the value or the worth of something. You don't know the ultimate use of something unless you consult who created it, who made it. So if you don't already have a relationship with your creator, God, I would encourage you to seek out a relationship. Or if you don't have a strong one, I would encourage you to strengthen your relationship with your creator, so that he can tell you who you are. He can remind you every day that I created you, that you are great, you're amazing, and speak to you the same way, speak to yourself the same way God speaks to you, and think of yourself the same way God thinks of you. He thinks of you, his ways are not our ways, and his thoughts are not our thoughts. So his thoughts are higher than ours. So if his thoughts are higher than ours, and we're over here thinking about ourselves as if we are just nothing, we're just a piece of trash, we're just that Claire's jewelry. God, the way he sees us as that 6-7 carat diamond with all this beautiful clarity and all of this perfect exquisite cuts that just makes those diamonds super expensive and super valuable. And his thoughts are high of us, and so we have to allow our thoughts of ourselves to be high, project that out into the world through self-love and self-care, and then we'll be able to control and navigate our relationships better, because we know our worth, without it being cocky, without it being too much, without it being what's that word, arrogant. So yeah, speak to yourself with love. Think of yourself with love. Think of yourself like, as you're caring for yourself, I deserve this, because God created me to be great and to receive all of these things, but yeah, so that's what I've been thinking about, and I want to share that with you guys. This has been Charlie Sharice. I'm about to finish up my cabbage and have dinner. But remember that, guys. Remember that self-love. People are going to treat you the way you project yourself out into the world. That's how they're going to treat you. So make sure you follow, share, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll come back to y'all with a hair video when I'm retightening my hair. Charlie Sharice out.